Hi everyone, just thought I'd do just a small vlog this time, just about anxiety. I get quite bad anxiety if I'm in busy places or if I'm travelling, and that's normally because if I'm, say, feeling fatigued and I can't think straight, or if my balance isn't good and I'm having to use a stick, then I find that being crowded and around a lot of people just kind of throws me and I feel really anxious and get a panic attack, and it's not very fun. I guess everyone has anxiety to some degree, or most people do anyway, whether that's related to work stress or personal life, and you can feel quite anxious. But with MS, it can impact you in a different way added to that. So things such as the actual diagnosis of MS and thinking about how that can affect you in the future can be quite scary. The normal reaction for people when they get diagnosed is, am I going to end up in a wheelchair? And that's obviously quite a scary thought. So that's one of the reasons why your emotions can be a bit all over the place. And aside from that, MS attacks your own nervous system, and that includes the brain. So if it attacks the areas of your brain that deal with emotion, then you're going to experience anxiety and different emotional feelings. So I'll put a link in my description below with just some articles that explain it a bit more detail from the MS Society, and another article that just give it a bit more scientific detail and explain it better than I can. But that's just a brief overview. So yeah, I mean, I've been dealing with anxiety for as long as I've been diagnosed with MS, if not probably before then. And I've more recently kind of picked up on trying to tackle it. It's not something I'm ever going to cure, but it's something that I want to be able to handle and manage properly. And I've had sessions with a neuropsychologist, I speak to my MS nurse about it, and also my occupational therapist. She recommended looking at some apps, so you can get things like Headspace and Calm, which I have tried before. I hadn't got on that well with them, but there was another one she recommended called Buddhify. I think it's £3 or $3.99 on iOS devices or iPhones, but you can get it on Android as well. I'm not sure if it's the same price, but it's basically guided meditation. So you have like a little colour wheel that asks what you're doing. So say you're feeling quite anxious because you can't get to sleep, or you're travelling, or you're trying to have a break from work. It's all these different options, so you can choose exactly what kind of state you're in and what you're doing at the time. So today, when I was on the train, I was getting myself all panicky. I just plugged my headphones in and selected the travelling option. From there, you can look at different times of how long you want to meditate for. So whether that's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and that will choose you the correct option to go down. I chose a longer one because I had quite a long journey, so I thought I'd go for, I think it was 10 or 12 minutes of just talking. But it basically just kind of brings you back to thinking about yourself and your senses. So what can you actually see around you? What can you smell? What can you hear? Like your touch, where are you sitting? Are you sitting comfortably? Are your feet touching the floor? All really basic things. And I know it sounds silly because you're thinking, I know what I'm seeing because I'm feeling really anxious and there's lots of people and all I can hear is train announcements and people talking and I can't think straight. But it kind of just brings you back to yourself, and I honestly find it so helpful. It's got male and female voices, and I don't find them to be too patronising or anything. They feel quite calming, and that's something that I quite like about it. And the sleeping one was really good for me. I've had a lot of difficulty getting off to sleep recently, and it's been so good to listen to. Really calming, to the point where I've fallen asleep before it's even finished. So that's got to be a good sign. So I thought I'd just throw that out there. It's not one that I'd heard of before, so I'm not sure if anyone else has heard of it, and if I found it helpful, maybe someone else will. Let me know if you think it's any good. Just leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the videos and of my actual blog. Again, I'll put links in the description so that you can have a look at different bits and pieces. and I'm really tired now, so I'm going to go to sleep. But thanks for watching and hopefully speak to you soon. Bye!